I'm Sophia Koevary, and I wrote the play Dropout. My brother is a pilot, and he knows this really great spot in Boston that's right across from the airport. And at night, you can sort of see all the planes going by, and they come by every few seconds. And I was just very struck by that image. And I thought about what somebody would do if they lived right there and they just saw the planes by. It was a very striking image to me, and I started thinking about someone who would want to jump out of a plane and the symbolism of what it means to fly. So that's sort of the impetus behind it. So the play focuses around a young girl in her early 20s named Rowan, who is a paratrooper in the US Army. So she's the one who I imagined who lived there and sort of watched all the planes go by and had this dream of jumping out of planes for a living. And the play centers around her and her family. So her father, Paul, and her mother, Leandra, her best friend, Ben, who also lives in that area. It's based on Winthrop, Massachusetts, and her best friend from the Army, Zoe. I would suppose just a greater knowledge or awareness surrounding mental illness, as the main character suffers sort of from mental illness from her life pre-army and post-army. Maybe more acceptance. The play is about a lot of people who go through various forms of trauma and death, and sort of how we accept that or don't accept that in different ways. And so mental health is definitely something that is a big part of it. I've never tried to write a play before. This is my first one, so that was really difficult for me in trying to figure out how to sort of piece all these little moments together into a full-length play. It also came from very personal reasons. The play is centered around Rowan, whose mother has died, and my mother passed away a few years ago, and that's sort of another idea that inspired the play. And so it's not autobiographical at all, but trying to write a play about trauma that I've experienced while keeping myself somewhat distant from the characters and their experiences is also tough to manage sometimes. It helped tremendously. As I said, I'm a first time playwright, so I really had no idea what I was doing. So being in the play lab really, really helped to get ears on the scenes that I was writing and just fresh ideas. And so many things came up in play lab. Somebody had a cousin who was in the army and had so much insight for me on some of the aspects there. I've been in the play lab now for I think a year. Everyone in play lab has sort of seen it develop and has helped guide me along in the process, and it's been very helpful. It's really exciting. This whole thing just started out as little voices in my head a few years ago, and I never really thought that I would get to the point where it would be a full length play. Having so many amazing actors be a part of it, and to hear them interpret these words is really exciting. And having the play in the 10-minute play festival twice now, and having the actors, some of them repeated, having them come to me with questions and telling me about insights they've had about those characters. It's strange for me to see them speaking words that have been in my head, but it's really, really helpful, and I notice new things every time. I think it'll be a big help in pushing it forward to the next draft and the next level.